Hello everyone. I am very, very, very happy that you're here. Thanks for tuning in. I've decided that the best way to learn art is to not be influenced by visuals. So you can listen to this doing the dishes, doing chores at home, whatever it is you're doing, fixing the underbelly of a rusty Jeep. Whatever it is, you can learn art by just listening. And that way you're not visually influenced and your own inner expression is free to come out. So today my topic is going to be tapping into source for inspiration. Now this is a very, very, very important part of art. And we know that there are times when we feel really, really tuned in and receptive, and there are times that we are not. And the time to relay thoughts onto canvas or paper would be when you do feel in alignment and in a receptive mode, so that source can go through you and express itself. So, as always, we must approach our canvases with the utmost of reverence. Like, don't even go near it if you're in a bad mood. Of course, unless, you want to purposefully create art that is dissonant and chaotic. And that's what your goal is. And also, there are so many ways to be inspired. I could never name them all here. But here are a few obvious ways that you may not have heard of yet. So the four main ways, we'd say 1 would be upon awakening, 2 would be meditation, 3 is nature, and 4 would be emotion. So, upon awakening. Well, first off, I want to say that I am going to put visuals with my video, but you don't have to watch it. I can't just put audio, otherwise it would be too uninteresting for most people to watch. So, just bear that in mind. You don't have to watch the visuals. So when you're looking for inspiration to flow naturally through you, one of the best times for this is upon awakening. There's a space between sleep and awakening that is purely magical. Your mind is open enough to receive from the other side as you are half in and half out of this world. And the world you were in when you were sleeping. So if one asks for inspiration before going into slumber, this is when the information will emerge, and you may be given visions or ideas. You should try it. You just remain receptive until you are fully awake. Once you are able to remember what you have seen or heard, then you make visual or written notes to aid yourself in going forward. So don't be perturbed by the task of translating the sometimes prismatic multidimensional imagery that visits from the other side. That is their language, and you have your own artistic language for this dimension. Number 2 is meditation. When one has learned to empty their mind, a natural doorway opens up to receive. There are so many meditative methods to clear one's mind. Just choose any. You can focus on white noise, like an air conditioner. You can count backwards from 100 or 1,000. Deep breathing is great. You just choose whichever one fits you best and just go with that. I personally like this 17-second deep breathing method for a quick buzz. And then if I get to the meditative state, and I feel like continuing, I can go for as long as possible until I feel like opening up to receptivity. Then the third one would be nature. And since Earth is the greatest artist creator of all, many people are naturally drawn to nature for inspiration. From the vastness of her glorious scapes to the minute detail of her Fibonacci-esque cartography, and on through every lighting spectrum and color, one could drown daily in the infinite inspiration that pulses and reverberates from nature. Then number 4, I would say, would be emotion. And boy, do humans have them. We even attach color to our emotions, like red for anger, green for jealousy, black for depression, and so on and so on. Line and shape work so well with emotion too. Flowing lines invoke harmony, and jagged lines reek of trauma. This is probably the number one reason that art is such good therapy. The angst within is easily taken from the body and left to die on the canvas. The emotion of pure love expressed through paint is often transmutable back to the observer and can spread its loving resonance into a whole room. An image that is full of emotion is very powerful and cannot help but to engage its viewer. So there you have, very briefly, an overview of 4 ways to require inspiration for your work. And added to that, I have a meditation for creation on my YouTube channel, Splat, JaneEvershed. And if you look that up, you can play that before you start to do your art. And I wish you very well in your creativity. And thank you so much for listening. And I hope you'll join me again for my next video. And please subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.